Daniel. We are now looking at your FinViz screen. This is our
Good.
class on Saturday, April 10th, and we're going to be discussing
Right.
trading views, support, and resistance with our own Daniel. And go, buddy.
All right.
There you go.
All right. Let's go. So, first of all, I want to share with you a very specific scan that I use for a very specific pattern that I tested myself to help us out here on MD Live. Some of you might actually know with the so-called falling wedges. I'm sure everybody's familiar with.
Oh, wedges?
I have it actually saved here. Yeah,
Yeah.
falling wedge. So pretty much it's like we want to spot some weakness on the downtrend after a retracement. Okay, so when you start seeing some curling of the stock on the bottom, let's say the stock already dropped 30% or more. So I'm looking to find some good bargains. Okay, so a very easy scan on FinViz that I have saved for us, that I created for us, and I already back tested. It's right here. So I have in market cap, we're going to use obviously over $2 billion. We want to find good companies. We want to find pretty much rubbish because, options, we always want liquid. We always want the good juice. So I started with over $2 billion on market cap. Price over $10. Okay. One thing that I don't have here that you can guys obviously use, so you make sure you always have the options is coming here on where it says option short, and you just click on optionable.
Okay.
Just to make sure all the tickers are optional, so you will find it on your
Okay.
brokerage. Okay. And then we start with some technicals. In here, we already have the 20-day high low, so which means we're already starting to catch the stock during the curve, okay? But during the past 3 months of the chart, I want to see the stock at a little bit 30% or more below the 52-week high. And in the last 50 days, it's been 20% or more. So how do I even adjust the weakness of it and find as a much fair deal and a fair price? It was that it's not overbought, so it's below the 50 RSI, okay? And today, the stock is already trading with a little bit of volume, so which means on the trading day, we already have the day that is up with a relative volume over 1, which means we got some institutions stepping up, and the performance today, it's at least up for the stock.
Okay.
So as you can see, you'll find stocks on every day, obviously during the market is open. Today, from Friday, I only have scan for 2. Okay, so I'm trying to scan the big juice. And now you guys will understand what I mean to you, the falling wedge, right? I think this one gives us a much better picture of what I'm looking for, okay? So this was our 52-week high, and then, the stock is starting to drop. We get the retest of the high, and then it didn't sustain. As you can see, volume here, the seller is starting to get in control, and we have our 3-day rule, okay? And then in here, we're approaching this area. We already broke the 50. And then the stock is trying to retest the breakdown. As you can see here, we're finding this Confluence area. Somehow we made a pattern here, which is what I like to call probably the head and shoulders, right? We have the left shoulder, we have the head, and we have the right shoulder. And then we're breaking down, okay? Right here, we're breaking down. We retested, we failed to the test of the pattern to go up. So right now we're coming slowly down. The volume still accumulating for the bears, right? And then right here, this crossing point, after we have the first low here, after the previous low, right? We started having a trend line, and it's trending right now on the downside. If I put this stock right now on my trading view, and we're going to do some analysis. So let's say DQ, and we bring to our free platform. You guys don't have to pay it. This is the free version. Okay. I have a few. I don't need too many technical analysis or many indicators because I try to make it as simple for us as possible. Okay. So Valencia, I need a little close attention for you specifically because when you ask me like trend lines and support resistance, I want you to watch this. So this is the pattern that I'm going to find often with this scan. And I back tested this, and this is like insane. Okay, this is like the falling wedge. So I got my upper trend and I got the downtrend, and right here at the bottom we're finding some weakness, okay? This is like a confluence point. So first of all, I want you guys to acknowledge, do we see the figure there? Do you see the pattern?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, cool. So this is one of the patterns that I trade the most when it comes to options, okay? The falling wedge. So we have the bigger run right here, right? The stock made a big move, solid move from the moving averages,
Yeah.
right? Sustaining the move always upwards, the 21 moving average on the daily. And then finally, when you have the breakdown, this is where the things starting to get messy. So you wonder, where do I buy this? Where do I sell this? Where is my next support? Where is my next resistance? Right? So for Valencia, most in here. So you want to stake a big resistance line right here, okay, of this pattern before. So you want to take the 52 EI and say, okay, we stopped at 130. This is a very rounded number. So you say now the stock is falling off the cliff, and you wonder, how do I stop here? Where do I get in? Probably because I like the stock, or how do I short it? Where is my next support and resistance? Well, you should know the previous pattern of the stock is doing the higher highs and higher lows. I call this pattern right here the escalator. So we start making a new higher high, higher low, and then break up, higher high, and then we come down, higher low, and we continue. This was like a bread and butter pattern for this stock called Deco Energy. Okay, so this is the escalator pattern. After this, you wonder, okay, so how do I stop? Like, this is already getting bloody, this is already getting messy. Well, Valencia, after you start making new higher highs, the previous highs become support. They were previously resistance. And as you know, resistance will become support. Am I speaking right? So your second line would have been around these levels. So this is your trend lines. You guys can come right here. And you guys click here, horizontal line. We're going to place a line right here. So at this point, when you look back in February, we failed to keep that high. We failed to sustain the price. We failed to consolidate over there with some strength. So the stock fell down, right? So which means it's a shorting signal for some of us. Okay, the more experienced ones would say, if I break down and I get the down signal, I would go short, right? You should use your moving average to also represent some sort of support and resistance. I use often for mid caps and large caps the 21 moving average, which is this cream one, and the orange line is the 50 daily moving average. Okay, so as you can see, after we break down, we failed to keep this high as our support, right? We have a test here, a break up, and then we have the retest. The retest failed miserably. Okay, and you can see here, I have a moving average volume line, which says in the last 21 days, it's getting above. So this is a very bearish signal for you. You should watch these levels, and then you want to watch these lines to help you with a little bit of a support resistance. But where do I place my next line? You probably would ask. Well, take these lines. This is the previous low right here. Do you see this? Do you see where I place my line?
Right so where's that at the low at the bottom of the band?
Yeah. So we broke this high, right? We didn't offer support, and this resistance would have become support, but we failed, right? So we came down. So you wonder, was then the previous low that offered support? Well, look at this high. It was tested, right? But it tested well, which means on weakness, and then it went up. So it means this is a retest which failed and confirmed the breakout. So you know this area right here, it's going to be what we call confluence points. So if you draw the line between the previous high and the retest with the second high, you know exactly that the price is coming right here. And look what happens. We break the upper trend, right? And we find ourselves with some resistance here. What do? After the breakdown, we get the retest upper, right? To retest, we want to retest what it was previously supposed to be the resistance. Now it's our support, and now it's going to be resistance again because it didn't offer support, and we want to test this area right here. So I'm going to use another tool that you guys can use on TradingView that does really good to me. It's called the rectangles. okay? So you want to place them here to make sure you know your areas, okay? You want to know your areas of support and resistance. So you can do this instead of lines. You can give it a much better look to your trading view. Use the tools at your disposal. They're all here. They're all free. I'll run down each one of them if you want. So yes, back to our scanning, our figure. So right here, you can see that it's trying to retest that highs because he said, well, I didn't offer much support here, so I'm going down again, and I want to go back to see if that support it can be confirmed. Somehow in here, we got some volume. We would have had a buy signal. But wicks on the top, they do reveal sometimes the true story of a stock, okay? So you kind of want to watch the volume on insider day to see if it is just shorts just covering or if you actually can get new buyers, okay? So right here, we failed to pass the test. How do I know? The first one you would have said, okay, can I buy this stock? I would have told you, wait for confirmation, okay? Because you're still trying to annihilate this line. This line right here is offering major resistance. You see, we're trying to break up. We failed twice. We got a double top. We came down. We wanted some support. We didn't have it. So we came a lot down. We came to the previous support, which he offered right here at this area. Let's use another rectangle right here to identify. Okay? Right here, guys. And we retested. We failed miserably on volume. But we still have to retest this area. So again, failed right here. Look at this candle. Look at the volume rising up. Look at the histogram on the MACD. It's not silent. It's making noise, okay? It's oscillating. So if it's oscillating, you don't want to be long when the MACD is oscillating on the downside. You want to be long when the MACD is trying to oscillate on the upper side, or is trying to curl back up on weakness, okay? Which we will identify later. So you would say, okay, this is a great timing after this candle confirmed on volume to go short, okay? If you go short, you already know what is your next stop. Right here. We've been testing this area of Confluence right here. But then we failed. We keep having volume. This could be caused, volatility could be caused with news, could it be caused with anything that I probably don't know. I didn't cover the stock yet. This is my first time coming to you, so I'm doing a fresh scan with you guys, and I'm showing you how do you go from point A to point B and doing live without having any preparation for you, so you guys know what I do on my daily basis. Okay, how do we find this stuff? And I want to find new stuff with you at the same time, so we do this together, right? So right now we're coming to test this low here, and then we're failing miserably again. We broke down the second support that you should have. We failed. We go up, real little volume. Look at here, volume being silent on the buyers. Look at the MACD still oscillating, still making a lot of noise. Do we have any pulse in the MACD? No. Do you go long around here? Why you want to go long? Do you see any more volume staying in the price action? Look at the MACD. Look at your SMAs. They are not flat. They are making moves. They are making noises. So you want to wait here. This is what I like to call the pullback on the downside. What do we got here? Here's another form figure for you. You got a nice bear flag, guys. Put your trend lines up, connect the highs and the bodies of your candles, and you would have gotten an insider bear flag on this stock right here. You see this? Do you see, Valencia?
Yeah, it's showing the dissension, the bear flag showing the dissension.
Yeah. So you
because it was getting
now this area,
trying to W
these levels, right? And we're failing. So we're going to measure the pull, which is right here from the high and the low. This is what you get, right? Now, you would say measuring the price action, measuring the pull, you would say, okay, the stock is not done. The stock probably has room to go down here, right? Would it make sense? Look what I'm finding here. Look what I'm finding here. It was the previous low prior to the breakout, right?
Mm-hmm.
But look what happened. Look at this price action right here. So I'm going to annihilate this line. I'm going to take this line. We already broke the bear flag, right? And I'm going to put another triangle here. Look at the rectangle. I'm going putting this. This is an area of Confluence. Again, look how you find your lines. Always previous trading a feature. Look, past, look at the past. Look what happened here. We had a bull flag, right? It's never been exactly tested. There was a gap here that needed to be closed. So look where he stopped, right here at this candle. Look at the body here. The body struggled to find this price. He needed 2 days. He needed 2 days and a gap up to define the price for the next support. And look where the stock actually goes. Stop right here at this very line, okay? So I want to ask you, Valencia, how do you usually draw your trend lines? Because I'm going to show you a simple technique, and I'm going to share with everybody a simple technique that I use for trend lines, okay?
I don't.
So trend lines, people would say you connect the higher highs to the higher lows, and you expect it to form a channel, or at least you want to form a figure. So I'm going to show you my best strategy to identify or where I start drawing my trend lines, okay? So after this is one pattern that we have the falling wedge. So how do you start your trend lines, Valencia? Right here. So in this case, on the short term, the stock is already on a downtrend, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So you start from the 52-week high. There's right here, weeks, right? Confluence area. So what you wanted to do is you take the 52-week high or you take the previous high, and then I want you to cover as much as possible the bodies of the candles that are trying to form a trend.
Not the wicks, the bodies, right? The bodies.
Exactly.
Okay.
So you would say, okay, I have a body here, and the week I can leave it out, right? But I have another big area here that it showed me that previously it was some sort of resistance support or confluence. So you cannot say there would be entirely correct, because as much as I'm coming down, there's still quite a few candles with a lot of bodies out, okay? So I'm going to push right here, okay? You see where my mouse comes, right? You're coming right here. And this is your first trend line on the upper side. This is your trend line. This is the best way to draw trend lines for you. Okay. So you wind it out a little bit. You can't go wrong with this. You can't go wrong with this. The more
what is the benefit of, I'm sorry. What's the benefit of widening that out more? It's still giving you the same amount going down, but why are you giving yourself more room for fluctuation, or what's the point?
No, the point here is exactly trying to find my higher high, my higher low, and I want to find where the next volatility is going to be. Do I find any volatility if I put my lines here? Well, it's not so much.
That's where I put it.
This area right here. Look, this area. I'm trying to connect the higher highs and the higher lows. And look, I have a big area here. Look at this price right here. This area rejected. Look at 2 candles right here rejecting this price right here. I expect the stock to come right here again, and I don't expect it yet to break out unless I have news. But I'm going to do this on the downside. Again, look, take the previous low that we broke, which was this one of the pattern, the head and shoulders, right here. This is the low of the pattern, right? Bodies. Connect your bodies as much as you can. You could probably draw a trend line like this with accuracy. Look what it does.
Here comes your falling wedge.
Break down these 2 areas, okay? And where's your falling wedge?
There it is.
Formed. Look at this. Candles, take the first week and then trying to incorporate as much bodies as you can, okay? You could even say this one, let's say the chart or the trading days on Friday, forget this action right here. Let's say it was like this on Friday, right?
Yeah, that would be all you would know.
Yeah, you want to take the bodies inside of the lines first. Okay, this is the best way to identify your trend line and accuracy. So the next time, I know for a fact when it comes to this blue line, I'm going to have action. I'm going to have perhaps a rejection. I'm going to have probably a breakdown, and then I'm going to have the retest, and the pattern will keep falling. Or I might be able to actually spot the weakness. Okay, so I'm going to roll over after the trading days, after this day, imagining we already were on Friday. right? So let's advance in the trading month. This is where you go. So he keeps coming down. Look what happens here. Boom. Right here. Again, do you see what happened here? He gapped down. And what did he have? Look at the volume. Above the moving average, above the volume average of the trading day, what did we put in? A big bullish candle, which means we might be ready to bounce from these levels. Okay? So I'm going to keep advancing with my chart. We came down to retest, and again, right here, rejected. Look at the volume, way below the average. Look at that. Weakness. Again, third day, bouncing again off the line. Look at the wick on the bottom of the line. Do you see that wick? Do you see where it's bouncing off the line?
I can't see the wick, but I see what you're saying.
Okay, I'm going to try to amplify.
Yeah, it's better when you expand it.
Yes.
Yeah. Expand.
Yeah. Do you see exactly? Do you see exactly how do you snipe this entry? Do you see where it bounced on volume, confirmed with a bullish candle? Do you see this? I'm not making shit up.
Look, not making shit up.
Listen, this is fresh off the gate for you guys. Right here, pure confirmation on weakness with volume, with a beautiful price candle on your charting, and you would say, shit, we might be ready to actually bounce from here. So what do you use now? You're going to start using some technical indicators. You don't need much, okay? You don't need much. You need RSI and trying to put RSI and trying to put the MACD. And here's how you can identify a second point of weakness apart from the trend line and the price. What did I say previously about the MACD? Between when the MACD is making a lot of noise, you should be worried about, because the continuation to the downside, it might still be real, right? So you want to find the MACD starting to curl up or getting silent. And I'm going to use, again, our boxes, our rectangles, right here, Valencia. Look what happens after this day, how the MACD, even though, still came down, okay? Hold on, let me, okay. Hold on. I'm going to put a nice box here. Do you see how the MACD is still silent, and although it still comes down, but slowly?
My MACD don't make noise.
Do you see this? Valencia,
yeah.
Do you see this?
Yes, but my MACD don't make noise.
No, it's not.
Oh, I bet your MACD does make noise when she wants to. You betcha that she makes noise every time that she wants to move, okay? So right here, this day, as you can see, this is a perfect bouncing off the trend line, trying to find some weakness, confirmed by volume. You have your indicators showing divergence. Look, the price is trending down right here. From the point that it should have started making noise, it's trending down. And I'm going to place another one right here. Look. You get your weakness here. And here's another part of it. Use the MACD lines. Look at your MACD lines. Look what they're doing. Starting to curl up, right? Look at your RSI. Look at your RSI. Bouncing above the 30, which means below the 30, you know that it's oversold, right? So you want to start bouncing through. You want to start thinking, okay, this might actually be a great opportunity to go long. So how do you find this? Look, we already have our trend lines on the upper side and on the downside. We already have at least 3 touches on our support, okay? We have a pattern. We call this a falling wedge. A falling wedge is a bullish pattern that is called a reversing pattern, which means the price, we might resume the trend on the upper side. So what are we doing? Let's go. You imagine if you were to enter your position next day, what do you know? You got pop. And then we reject the price at the 20 moving average. Like I said before, the 20 and the 50, mid caps and large caps, they can provide support or resistance, okay? On the short term, not on the long term, but on the short term, okay? So let's say, for example, you open your trade above this. We start making a new high in pre-market, right? You have 2 days. You went from $71 to the high of 77, where it was your 21 moving average. You just scale in at least 6.5 points for your trade. in options, as we know, and if you look for a nice delta trade, you probably bank, let's say, a 50% on your option cost. Now, if you sold it, you keep your price action. What do we see now? What do we see here, Valencia? What do we see here?
It looks like it's trying to meet another level of resistance.
Exactly, but look, it came to retest this low, right? With a bounce.
It didn't break it.
Yeah. Look at the bounce. You like this bounce, right? Look, struggles. And look what happens here on this day. Look what happens here again on Friday. What do we got on Friday? What do we got? Volume, as you know, spike again. Okay, look at your MACD. It was negative. Look what happened in the past few days. It's positive.
Making noise again?
Not yet. It's still silent, which means you got to know that a move, it might be coming. So you want to know what it's going. Look, MACD lines already on the upper side. So you want to see the yellow line above the green line to get exactly a confirmation that the momentum of the downside, it might be over. Okay? Not on the long term, but on the short term, he's telling you right now, we found an area of support. How do you do this? Look, we have the first bounce here with volume. We got the retest. And look what happens here. Let's find previous action. Let's find confluence points. Look what he did here. Look right here. Look, I don't need to go further. Look what happens here. Do you see this? Do you see how the price action meeting each other at some point? Do you see this? Do you see what we have here? This was the.
So you're saying it pretty much, no matter. So you're saying no matter how much people are selling off, unless there's some news that really causes it or it tanks, it pretty much gets back to that same.
After this day, right on Friday, let's say this company was, in this case, is on the energy side. Let's say Joe Biden said, you know what? I don't think we can do this anymore. I don't think oil is going to be higher for the next year or whatsoever. I think the oil demand is going to be reduced by 2035. Well, you probably would have seen a breakdown of this chart. You probably would have seen a breakdown of this trend line. Because right now, if you look in here on the $72 area, and if you look on the $62 area, this trend line is being well respected. But if you had some sort of news on Friday that would say, hey, you know what? I don't like oil. I think the demand is going to be terrible. Look, we still have levels here that could well be tested. Why? Look at what it was a previous, what I like to call consolidation period, right here. Do you see these levels? Do you see this area where it consolidate?
4 or 5 months? Okay.
Yeah. So, as soon as the price passes above what it was resistance before, we go back again to the loss. What it was resistance before, it becomes support, right?
So
we haven't tested it out. We got the pullback here. It respected with the 20 moving average very well, rising up. And what do you know? We got volume, and it went on a steady trend, on a steady upper trend. It went from the breakout of $51, and it went to the high of $129.40, right? Look at it here right now after the breakout. Look at the price is meeting.
It looks almost the same.
Yeah. You always have to look to the past to see where you find confluence points, where you find accumulation, where do you find consolidation on the chart, where do you find small patterns. In this case, you have the bull flag here. You have another bull flag right there. So you come here on the first lines, you draw the trend line. Look, we got a bull flag here. You had another bull flag right here that he broke out, and he had another one right here. Do you see what this likes to do on the upper trend? So you can probably start seeing the behavior of the stock with the past, trying to predict a little bit of the future. So watch this. The stock doesn't like to consolidate more than probably 2 months in total, okay? So you would say right now, looking at this price action, very silent to MACD. We have what I like to call here a double bottom. Like, look at it, trying to bottom in this area, okay? So I would be really keen to start watching this company, starting to break this trend line on the upper side and resume the trend, okay? This is the area that I want to start looking at. And then what are we going to do? Well, you look for some filings right here. Let's go down the bottom. Let's use FinViz for free at our cost. Look what it says there. Let's find for something that happened to the company. Is there continuing energy outpacing its basic materials per year? Well, apparently they like this article from Zacks. I don't know if it's good or not. I never read it. This is new to me too. So I usually come down here, okay? And then I start finding something that relates to me in the past that had like a sort of catalyst, okay? So find the catalyst, go through filings. People often ask me, where do you go for filings then? Well, right here, guys. Right here. This is what I use, you know?
Mm-hmm.
EQ.
You like
you type in DQ, look, right here. DACO New Energy, SEC filings, institutional ownership, ETF owners. You have mutual fund owners. And then you start digging into filings. And then you start to find catalysts, find dates, find where does the stock belong. Well, materials, what country? Well, China. This is equipment, semiconductor, technology sector. Okay? Go find trends for the technology sector, right? But today, for the purpose of this, we're just looking for charting, okay? So this is what I call, and I'm going back to the trading FinViz again to give you guys again the if you guys want to copy this. This is what I use for the falling wedges. Right here, here's another one that I like. Trading views sometimes have really wrong, badly trading lines, but I'll show you in a bit what I do with Fubo. Okay, let me type it in Fubo here again for you guys.
Trading view is not free though. Well, like only for the first 30 days.
Yeah, this is free. Like you can use the free version when you just log in and create your account.
This is free. I'm using the free version. You can use the free version and you'll get ad pop-ups every now and then. But you can continue to use its service for free.
Yeah, so right here, Fubo, another chart. Look, pattern right here. Let's take the high. Let's try and incorporate bodies as much as we can. More bodies than ever, okay? Make sure all the bodies are inside.
Them bodies. Bag them bodies.
Yeah, bodies is well more respected than the wicks itself. Yeah. This is what I do. This is how I usually get my trend lines right. Look, right here.
Well, it shows you how full, how strong the sell or the sell-off was, right?
Exactly. Look right here. If I take this wick, look what I started to cover the bodies inside. Look what I got here. Look what I got. Starting to get bounces. I have a few weeks on the downside, but look where the bodies stay. They're starting to stay inside, which means I already have the lower trend line on my falling wedge. Okay, I already have support here and resistance inside of the pattern. Right now, we're trading inside of the pattern. Okay, this is the second thing that you need to understand. We're trading inside the zone. There's a book out there calling "Trading in the Zone" by Mark
Minervi.
It's called.
I think it's Mark Minervi.
Trading.
Is it Mark Minervi?
The Zone book. Yeah.
Mark Minervi, right?
Oh, this is the book. Yeah. This is the book.
Mark Douglas, my bad.
That's what I call. Yeah, Mark Douglas. So this is for you guys to start doing some studying as well. If you guys want to learn trading the zone or trading the pattern, this is the book that you guys look for. Go to the Google and you'll find this. Okay, this is a great book. Okay, this is a great book. I learned a lot about this book. Inside the patterns. Okay, this is like can be bread and butter. Okay, this is bread and butter, guys. So, Trading the Zone by Mark Douglas is a great book suggestion. So, I'm going back to my trading view. So, right here, trend lines.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
So, when you're looking at it, when we're moving like this in a day, you're not doing this. Like, this is what you're doing to set things up to prepare for. Like, say you got a couple extra $1,000 and you want to prepare for the next week. You're looking for tickers to see where you want to invest. So this is more of an investment. So you look at this and say, "Hey, I see that
this is trading as well. I'm not here just saying, oh, I want to go long term. No, not at all. First of all, I'm finding daily patterns. Okay, you have to be familiar with your charts with your daily patterns. If you're trading with your daily charts, but you don't have like a pattern, you're not spotting a pattern. Well, it might be something wrong with it. How are you going to pick a chart? Are you going to pick the company? If you don't understand the technicals and the behavior that the company does on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like you can have a great catalyst for a stock, but the market says, listen, I think inflation is all over the place. I think the market needs a big correction. And look what happened with the SPY recently. It brought a lot of the market down with it. Even companies like Fubo, they have great catalysts. They have a big potential to probably go 200% upside from these levels. And look what it still happened. Sure, may still have come down on weakness, but he's still heavily shorted. Do you understand this? Sometimes it's not about just the stock itself. Sometimes it can be related to the market. Okay, so you can start trading from here. You can trade inside the zone. You can wait for this, build a watch list, and trade the breakout. Okay, or you can just simply invest in the company, because investment, you probably will need very, very few technical perspectives. You just need a lot more of the fundamentals. Okay, but me, I use both. As you guys, people know me, I use both. I care about the technicals and I care about the fundamentals. That's how you get the big picture for stocks. Okay, you need a catalyst and you need the technicals to be on point. How is your technicals? This is why we're covering the most right now. Get your daily patterns, get bullish patterns, get familiar with it. In this case, falling wedges. Look, on the longer term, we got a breakout out of the consolidation area right here. And then it went on a steady rise. Look, right here. I got the pull. Look at this. I got the pull. I got 3, 4, 5 bullish days with good volume. Right now,
but it came down to some shit.
Yeah. Right now, we came down to retest these levels. What happens here? This could cause two things. This could cause short sellers trying to come in and say, listen, you guys think this is bullish? I don't. And often, more than not, this war can be won by the bears. Doesn't have to be because you believe in the company, because you say you like the platform. That doesn't mean there is no one out there trying to get in the opposite side of the trade. Because this is what it is. It's trading. You need to be aware of this. Okay? You need to be aware where are the bears and where are the bulls and where are they standing at right now. And right now, I'll tell you this. After the big steady rise, after the big upper trend, there was actually an article that actually said Fubo, it was a failure. They say Fubo was a bad stock, okay? There are people that don't believe in the product, which is fine, but you can't deny the price action.
No, you can't.
And I'm going to show you why. Right here. Look at this. You can't deny this. You can't make this shit up. Do you see this? Do you see all of this fucking oscillating in price? Do you see what happens here? They're trying to bring it down.
Yeah.
It is big. If you study your candlesticks, you already know we're already after the third day right here. So we got our third day in a row right here. You already know that a big move is being made. So what do you feel like? Well, what is my support and resistance? Well, let's go back in the chart right here. So what do we did before, prior to this run up? Where do we stand? Well, look at this. Recently, this was the high and we rejected, right? Let's take the high of it. The stock tries to climb up after 1, 2, 3, 4 months or 45 even of consolidating, right? And then finally we start to make a move. We have your 3-day, right? You could have probably put a trend line right here, okay? And if you would have been up and early, where do you probably think you can buy this stock? Well, what have we been covering with the trend lines? And I'm going to show you the right sweet spot right here. Again, I can make this shit up, people. Look where this blue candle is right now. Do you see it?
Mm-hmm.
This is the perfect rejection of the breakout of the
expand
pattern.
that, Daniel, please expand your screen. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah. You got to help us see your screen.
Do you see exactly where this candle touches and go and never looks back?
Something caused it to run like that.
Okay?
Yeah.
It went from 1247, even if you want to trade inside of the zone, okay, which you already have your resistance, from 1247, this is only stops at 2224. This is like nearly 100% of a breakout swing that it could have taken, okay? Right here, again, after this point, you could have followed in your pullbacks. You could have followed your 20-day moving average to monitor your pullbacks, okay? We haven't broke the major resistance, which is right here of the move, okay? The big move is still yet to come. Okay? Right here happens the breakout. Look, we got confirmation here. We settle with some volume on the downside. Some people take profits after 3 days up. And then what do you know? Next 3 days, and after the breakout is what I like to call the retest. Guys, breakout, test, and retest. This is the thing that I always keep in mind. Test and retest. If it doesn't retest, it means the further they go up, the much harder is going to be the fall. Okay? What it goes up must come down.
Exactly.
The same way, what goes down must come up.
That's why they like those W's, because every time, they keep saying they test, it's almost like they test it, but the next time it goes up higher, the next time it goes up higher. I like those W charts.
Exactly. So always remember, after a breakout, you can wait for the test and the retest. You get to the test the resistance here, breaks out, retest right here. We break out, retest. We can breaking out here, retest. We broke out. Where do you think now, after this, Valencia, after this breakout, where do you think right here, and I'm going to let you tell me this, where do you think is going to be the retest now? Look at this risk reward ratio. Where do you think right now we have our support?
Well, the lowest one would be that 22.16. Actually, no. 22, I can't really see it. 22?
Right here? Do you think it was here?
No, a little lower down there. Where the white band is. What is that? The GMA?
In
what
here?
Is that? Yeah, that one.
Yeah, but we already broke out here. This is another area they already broke out.
Oh, well, then they didn't test it again until they came back down. It looks like they was trying to test it at the next one at the 35.
Right here. And we retested. Look, we break with this area. We got the retest here, consolidated for a month and a half. And then, look.
When they took off, though.
Your next resistance right here. Look at the bodies. This is your next resistance.
I thought it was the bottom of the next one because it kept going.
You know what I mean? Look, we got the previous retest of the breakout.
35 is.
Yeah, so we got the previous retest of the breakout. We try to climb up here, and then we failed to break this high right here. Okay? And we retested. Look at here. Look at when I put it above the body right here. As much as I can. Look at this. I'm not making this up. Look at this right here.
Wow. It never came back.
And then resistance becomes support. What is this? Look right here again, because that's what he rejected again. So if you buy this one and you push this line higher, right here, right? You got the breakout here, right? This breakout zone, right? Look at this. This is your breakout area, correct? So you went on a 1, 2, 3, 4 days up. Where do you think now it's going to happen after the breakout?
It's still going to try to test it again, but next time we try to test
it. But this time was one of those times that I told you. If it doesn't test soon enough and you get the rip-off, what will happen after the rip-off?
It comes back hard.
And what do you know? Well, we got a gap down the first day. Volume rising up. Second day, didn't even care. Let's go down. Third day.
All the way down to that lower resistance band.
And look at this right here.
Right down to that resistance.
Right down at that resistance bottom, which should have been for now support, which is offered at these levels right here, right? No making
so it's support now.
Look, I would have known the extension. Look, RSI at the top of all times high, 93. Look at your MACD already at the 8 levels of the MACD. This is high, okay? This is high, people. So you could expect some sort of a sell-off, or you could expect like a big pullback or a retracement, okay? So after this, I ask you again, where do you think now becomes support and resistance after this day right here? And I will amplify for you. What do you think? Do I take my lines off or do I leave it?
You're actually gonna leave that one line right there.
The next one from there is this second. Where is that? I can't see the numbers. 23,
right
31. Right that you said don't look at the actual body. So 23.
Yeah, the actual bodies. Yeah.
23. You mean the next one from the 23?
So
the next one from the 23 looks like it would be at the 20.
So if we came
the
down,
last of
we
the
needed to
green
retest this one. If we came down to retest this one, that means this area right here, it was trying to retest and it failed. And it keeps coming down, okay? We don't move this yet. We're trying to get the action. Look what happens here on the third day. Look at here. We got the body, but it went down straight up 2 days. And look what happened with this week.
But it had no
that area right here, this body right here, this candle seems like it was a big price action this day. And look what happens here again. Look, after the body, even it's still inside because of one candle. Look what happens after on the pullback, rejecting hard. Okay, this is rejection, which means you got confirmed on the downside. Okay, you don't buy above this line. You don't buy any more above right now in this line. You wait first. Look right here. You need to break this high of 29.95, and it didn't, and rejected. What happened on the second day of the rejection? It came down. Let's go on the third day. Rejection again. So you start seeing where the resistance is again, right?
Yes.
Rejecting for twice, and you mean, boy, what do I have here? Get some trend lines right here. Look at the bottom of this one. He bounced from here, and he's trying to consolidate this area, right? Somehow you think, boy, do I get a bear flag? Perhaps. Look at the volume, almost silent, okay? But look at the MACD making noise. The MACD is making noise, and he's trying to bounce back. He just changed his color. So you can start wondering. Look at the RSI, very flat. So you say, man, I think the downside already achieved in this stock. So what do I want here? I want to see some volume, okay? I want to see a gap up in one day. I want to see the MACD trying to keep this cream color, and I want to see the MACDs curling. I don't want them to see flat. I want to see them curling. Let's keep watching the stock. Ahead, look, down day again. See if it happens. You're trying to buy this breakout, you would have been trapped at $30. Look, the stock next day is at 26.23. You're down 4 points, 10. Okay? So you don't buy it. Look, again, rejection. Right here. See what I mean? This body, it made huge support, but at the same time made huge resistance.
Yeah.
Again. Do you see what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Look. And finally, what do we got? What do we got here?
Inverted pattern. That's an inverted.
Okay, but what do we got here on this day? What do we got?
Where it tried to test it, it actually popped the next time.
Yeah, it popped with a gap up, right? And what happens after the gap up? Look what happens on the gap up day.
The volume, to get more volume.
Exactly. So we got a burst in volume, right?
Yes.
We got traded almost 80 million in one day, correct?
That's when you go to find out what the catalyst is?
Exactly. Find out what is the pop. What is this pop coming from? What happened here, right? What the hell? Did they got news today? Well, apparently these guys, they got awarded a contract about betting, okay? So they got a news about something that was related with sports betting, okay? And buyers is like, okay, I like this. Do you see this when he tried to come down and tested the gap down, trying to cover the gap? Do you see where they stop? Do you see where the wicks stop?
Yeah.
Slightly, like it's not going to be
right where the other wick was, the last one going up.
Exactly. It's not going to be always this precise, but it's going to give you a much better precision. What I'm telling you, once you start to include more of the bodies, the major bodies, and you leave very few wicks, you will find always your support and resistance, even on a flat side or on a downside or on the trending line. Look right here. I didn't make this shit up, people. He gapped up, recovered the gap up, and then we finished on the day on the 36.48. Let's watch the next day. Someone's taking profits, right? A bit of low volume, went up, and look what happens here. Look, we're trying to come down. Do you know what I got here after these 2 days? Let's put a trend line right here. Take the high, start covering bodies as much as you can. Look, this is going to be a hard one on the short term. You got a bull flag right here, okay? You got a bull flag. So what is your buying point, Valencia?
Buying in, expecting to go up, you would buy in at the 25. Is that 20?
You want to buy at the breakout of the trend line, right?
Yeah, the 25. Is that 25 or 23?
Look at your signals. Look again. MACD. What is the MACD doing again? The histogram. What is he doing?
Trying to make noise. It's going from the orange to the red,
Exactly.
but
It's making silent. Look
the
at
volume also changed.
Exactly. Look at the MACD lines. What are they doing?
Isn't
Curling,
it
right?
too
Getting
late to buy then? Isn't that too late to buy?
No, not at all. Why is that late? Why is that late?
Now you're gonna pay more than if you would have bought and held longer, but you didn't know when it was gonna start moving.
Yeah, you don't pay, Lori. You don't pay here. You don't pay here. I'm telling you, you haven't broke out the pattern. What are you gonna buy it now? Do you see any buying signal here? I haven't looked. 3-4 days in a row down. Do you know what is here?
Empty. It couldn't feel it.
The support. This is still support for us. It was resistance. We got the gap up, and now we're doing the retest. Look, we broke out. Needs a retest. Right here. Look at this candle. Rejection. Do you see? Do you see exactly where it stops?
Yeah.
Do you see exactly where it rejects? Look, follow the line.
Yeah, reject where the last ones couldn't fill on the back end, back on the 21 weeks.
Look at the reject. Look at the previous ones. Look, one right here, right here, right here.
On the way across, yeah.
Right here, right here.
You know, when I'm trying to get out of something, I want to see if it's the time to sell it. I look at those things and then I watch them and they can't fill it. If they can't fill it, I don't. Then I get stuck. Like, okay, so if they don't fill it, then go either way. Do you sell it? Do you hold it? And I just end up holding it.
So let's figure this out now. Let's all figure this out. So what do we got here? Look at the volume as well with the MACD. So MACD getting silent, right? The histogram. Look at the volume coming down on weakness. This is what I like to call buying on weakness. You want to see the MACD silent with the histogram. You want to see the MACD lines starting to get together for the cross. Okay. You want to see the yellow line going up to the green line. Okay, you want the RSI to stay at least flat or starting to go up in strength, right? And look at the volume. This is what you want. On the downside, you want smaller candles, which means 1 to 2 or 3% representing a downside on the day of the percent price change. Okay, and you want to see the volume from the very first day start to come down. Look below the moving average line, the volume average. Look way below. This is telling you have a weakness point. So you say, where do I buy it? Well, we're retesting the previous support where there was previous resistance to us, correct? Right here. Let's advance on the day. Boom. What do you got on this day? What do you have here?
Decline. F, the flag.
This is your buy side. This is your buy side. You buy it right here. Look at what he opened. The bottom of the candle opens at 31.90.
But why wouldn't you buy at that where that green wick couldn't feel? Well, you know it was trying.
Which one? Which one?
At that is at 25.47. It's hard to see your number. 25.47.
In here?
Where it tested the resistance. Go back to week 11.
Here?
Right? Nope. One more over. One over to right up in there when it was trying to test to go down and you saw that it couldn't go down. Back up. Nope. Right there. Nope. The wick. Yep. Right up in between there. Why wouldn't you buy there?
Why didn't I buy here?
Yes.
Low volume, below moving average. My signals are okay, but my MACD is still a little bit with noise. This is what we could probably call inverted hammer. Okay. This is actually a candlestick pattern. But to me, I usually don't buy with one candlestick. I like to buy the full position in here. So in here, you got this signal. I could have bought here and sell it on the second day. Okay? Or I could even just scalp it on the day. But this to me doesn't scream yet for the long term, doesn't scream a long-term swing. It just screams a reversal. It's time to get ready to bounce.
It wasn't enough of a pattern. It wasn't enough of a pattern. Is that what you're saying? I'm thinking because it couldn't feel
reversal, but you don't get a precise reversal here. You don't get the confirmation yet.
But see, if you wait till you got too much confirmation, then how do you know it's not going to tank instead of going back up?
That's what I mean. How do you know on this day you're not going to get more volume? And then they say, oh, that were fake news. What you going to do if you have one candle like this one? What you going to do then?
Well, I'm saying because on that week right before 11, that down decline. Here's the key for you.
Okay, here's the key for you. You don't buy rips, you buy the dips. Right here, we had a rip on this 2 days. This is a rip. You don't buy rips, you buy dips. AKA,
That's what they.
you buy
Okay.
on weakness. You buy on weakness. Right here, you could have been chasing. And this is what actually happened. Look, if you bought in here, I'm going to even put a line for you here. Look, right here. Right here, if you bought it here, look what happens the next day. You would have been chasing this. This already happened. There's no way you could have prevented the gap up, at least if you were an insider, or you have.
I'm right there, right where you are right now. That's what I was talking about.
Yeah. You don't buy this here. You'll be chasing. Wait for the pullback. Wait for the retest. What did I say? After the breakout, what you often get? The retest. What do you do? Look right here for you. There's even a pattern for you. After the day, you get a catalyst, and you start getting the weakness. Your buying point is right here when this candle shows up. Right here. You buy this breakout, $35, and then right there. Right there. Look what happens here along the way. What did I say? Then go silent. You got the cross. Look at your RSI starting to make the moves. Where did it go? What's your line? Right here. Where'd you place your stops? Look. Try to get as much bodies as you can. Right there. Look. Look at where the rejection happens. Look where the rejection happens. Am I making this up? Look where the rejection happens. Am I making shit up? Am I making shit up? Look what it happens. Right there. Live to you. Doing this live to you. Look what happens. And then you sell it right there. Because he failed to break. Okay? And what do we have? A reversing signal. This is a reversing candle. Inverted hammer. This is a hammer right here. Or sorry, my bad. This is a hanging man. This is the candlestick pattern called hanging man. You should get familiar with it. It happens more often than not. Okay? Yeah. How do I know this? Well, that's what I say. If you're trying to buy here, you're now chasing instead of buying here. So you're chasing it. How do I know this is on strength? Well, you sell the rips and you buy the dips. The stock is up 3, 4, 5 days. Look at your RSI. It's showing the strength already near to the line, okay? Look at your MACD. Look at the volume on this day. I'm willing to sell on this line here on the resistance. It's a big rip. I sell on the rip and I buy the dip. I buy on weakness. I don't want to be buying rips with tons of volume because when it goes up hard, must come down pretty hard.
All right, Daniel. Okay. Daniel, you've almost been at this for an hour. Yes, can you touch on Andrew's Pitchfork, please? Because I'm gonna end this video.
Okay. Okay.
Because once I post this on YouTube, I don't want them to be too long. Oh, yeah, because people, if a video is too long for me, I'm out of there.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like I'm the same. You know what I'm saying? I'm the same, but because I know
exactly. Well, I actually love what you've done. I'm actually going to title this video "Support and Resistance" with Daniel.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
It actually you gave it the body. All right. But yeah, show me Andrew's Pitchfork.
Exactly.
Set it up.
Big tool here, guys. Big tool here. A completely unknown chart to me. Okay, I'm doing this from scratch. Unknown to me. I haven't done any scanning. I might actually find a pattern here. I don't care. So right here, when you come on your trading view, if you look at this column right here, so we got the cross and the arrow, and then the second one you have your trend line, right? As you can see it. I want you to go down on your trading view on the third column.
The Pitchfork.
I already have selected. It's right here. As soon as you click on
oh my God, look how many there are.
Exactly. So many tools you can use on trading view. But right now, for the sake of it, for the sake of the lesson, I want you to take the Pitchfork. Okay. Select
just the plain Pitchfork. Okay.
Yeah, plain Pitchfork. That's all right. I'm just going to leave it here first for you guys to see what do I mean. And I'm going to give you a brief explanation. What is the Pitchfork and how can you use this trading tool to apply to your trading to have a much better information, okay? So this is a technical indicator that uses at least these 4 or 5 lines, parallel lines, also known as well the trend lines, that help us to identify what is support and resistance. Okay. And also, if we break those lines up out of the blues areas, as you can see, we have a green area and you have blue areas. You can identify as well a potential breakout and a potential breakdown levels. Okay. And I'm going to show you how do you place the Hender's Pitchfork, and you take it from there for a trend line.
Okay.
So it's very simple. What do you want is almost like if you go on an upper trend, what you want to do is like placing the ABC pattern almost.
Okay.
So let's do this. So I'm going to eliminate. I'm going to come in here again. Okay. And here's how I do it. Find what it was before the previous breakout, the low of that breakout, and find the next, the new high of the breakout and the pullback. So let's do the ABC together.
Okay.
Right, let's pick this place right here. So I'm going to take from point A because this was flagging before.
Okay.
Right? If I go down, hold on a second. So if I go down, let me.
Yeah, I was going to say, make it bigger, please.
Yeah. So we got out of this consolidation area, right? Right here. So after this, we got the retest right here, and then we go on upper trend. How could have you been trading inside of this and know your levels, your secret levels? Well, Pitchfork does exactly that. Look right here. Take this low.
All right.
Right here of the consolidation. This is a point A. Point B is the new high of the breakout.
Okay.
And then
it's going to give you the bandwidth. Okay.
Right here. Boom. And we place the Pitchfork.
You click on each one too, Valencia, just so you know. You click on A, B.
After.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So now after we find the point A, B, and C, now we have a clear understanding where the trend is going, right?
Looks 3D.
Okay. And here's what you can find your volumes. Here's one of the key things. See this red line right here?
Yeah.
In the middle?
Open up a little bit, please.
Make it bigger? Yes. Okay, the center line.
So you guys see this
Yes.
red line? This red line is called the magnet. It attracts the price to itself. It works like, think always, the red line of the Pitchfork is a magnet between the price of between the B and the C.
Yeah, look how close the candles stay to it.
And it works, and it works as a magnet, guys. So you say if it's going to be well extended, more often than not, you will say you will pull back or you will retrace. It will reverse back to that line, or it can even go below and find yourself on a short-term downtrend. And let's go piece by piece right here. So we find the bottom here with some volume here on the second day, right? Right here.
Okay.
Okay. So we already can identify a pattern here. So this is the high, which will possibly give you the breakout. Okay. Right here. And then you're going to draw the trend line because we're still on a short-term downtrend between point B and point C.
Okay.
Right here. Let's cover the bodies right here. So first of all, we got a small breakout of the trend right here of the bull flag, right?
Okay, yeah.
With this candle. We got confirmation on volume. But look at the first line that it shows up. The green area, right? And look how well it respects this area. This represents 20% of the move, of the initial move inside of what I like to call the training channel. Okay, that's why I use the Pitchfork to know exactly what is your support and resistance. So it says right here there is some sort of resistance. Okay, and look how well respected. Look at the previous pass right here. Look at this area. It says that oscillating this area right here. Okay, and look, there's another day. It fails to reject the price, and there's a third day. What happens on the fourth day is very interesting, which is where you capture the breakout. Look at here, right here, volume, and look at this candle. Everybody recognizes this candle? This is the bullish engulfing, right? The closing price of the candle, it closes up of the resistance. So we broke resistance and we broke these levels of the Pitchfork, which was, as you can see, area of resistance.
Nice.
Okay? We can even draw another second bull flag right here of the bounce. We're trying to bounce, and we made a bull flag right here. We have a small pull, okay? Have a small pull, Right here, connecting the dots. Look what happens on this day. Volatility ahead, and it says, finishing with the body above the resistance line, it says, I am getting ready to resume the trend on the upper side. What do we have on the next day? Your small retest. Look, even finish it up
right
on the
on,
day. You would have bought on
right
this
on the
day,
magnet.
and you would ride exactly. And you take the magnet, take the high of the magnet. Look what happens.
It went from there.
Buy, comes down here, tries to pull back. Look how well respects this
Yeah.
line right here. Oh my God.
Look how far it goes too.
This is. Look this. Look at this, guys. Look how sniping that is, the fucking levels. And then look how it goes. Look. And look what happens right here when he tries to break this blue line, this area of big resistance. Boom. We have this. This is a reversing signal or a pullback signal for you. I'm even gonna put some stuff here. Look, right there. And what do you know? The next 3 days, back to the red line we go. Back to the magnet, right here. What do we got? Another bull flag. Wow, this shit is so good for a bull flag. Look at this. Not making shit up, people. Look at this. Let's try the pull. Let's try the pull from the previous breakout right here. Look, we got the pull. We got the pullback. Look at the reversal instead. Look at this. Look at this. Volume again. Why? Red line. Again, area of support. Magnet. Look at the magnet. Look how well it works. And look how the price starts to make higher highs.
Yeah.
Here and higher lows. Another pattern. We call this the escalator. Look, right here. Let's get
higher highs,
boom.
Higher lows.
Higher highs, higher lows, higher lows. Again, people, bread and butter. Look at this. Boom. And now, look, some extension. Look at this. Look at this RSI. Look how strength. Look at the MACD, for instance. My God. Is it ever coming down? It fails to get in. It fails
so
to get
it broke out above the pitchfork. So now you would would you replace?
It's not a fair price. It's not a fair price to pay anymore. Okay, that means the stock is already in too much strength. Look at how consolidates and how tighten.
Yeah.
We start getting a pattern here. Look at this. Look at the signal. Sooner or later, it will come. Right here, people. Right here in this candle. Look at this. It started giving you small signals.
Also, your MACD is crossing over to the downside.
Indeed. Exactly. So we're trying to find already right here. Look, we have divergence with the MACD. Instead of going up and making high highs, the MACD now fails.
Yeah.
And we are above the pitchfork. So you can start seeing where we're going to start to top on the stock. Okay, slowly. Look at this range. I'm even going to eliminate this one, and I'm going to leave this area right here, which is the one that it fails with the body, the pitchfork, trying to get in. Right here, people. And look what happens on this day right here. I'm going to even reduce. Second day, comes back in. Look at the retracement here. But again, buyers show up. Look at the momentum. MACD is making noise. Do I buy it here, Valencia? No, not yet. Look at the MACD. Look at the histogram making noise. Look on the second day. You would have been trapped. Third day, oh boy, I'm down. Big time. Look at how well respects the levels here. Look, this could have been a buy signal. Look at the volume. Yes, look at the MACD still making noise. Are the MACD lines approaching each other? No, this is not weakness. Leave it now. Wait for a better opportunity. What do you know? Third day, another one. Red day. Still making noise. Boom. Right here. Okay. Okay now. Okay now. What do we got? RSI starting to curl back up. Look where he started to respond the area. Look at this green line right here. Look at this green line. Look at this green line. Look what happened with the MACD on that day. Look what happened to the MACD histogram.
Noisy.
Weakness right there. We approach probably what we still call the bottom. Why? Look at this wick right here. Because he failed. It was an area of support. Now you can start putting your lines back up again. Look at this. right there.
Almost a dragonfly doji, or maybe a hammer.
Exactly. And then you start to make your patterns again. Bodies inside, like this. Boom.
So how long would you
What do you know next day?
keep the Andrews pitchfork set like that before you would reset it again at
Usually, now this is a technique for, yeah, exactly. That's why you asked. Now I'm going to give you the technique for me.
Okay.
It looks
Since
3D.
Listen, since you're already making a pattern on the upper side, okay, I usually give it at least 3 pullbacks after the big consolidation breakout. So we got the consolidation breakout
okay,
right here, right?
yeah.
So I usually take it at least 3 major pullbacks to the
Okay.
red line. So we got 1 here, we got
Yep.
2, and we got what we consider 3. After this one, as soon as it gets out, I'm going to wait for the next time that the price resumes the pitchfork or not.
Okay.
And then this one here, it wasn't a pullback. This is a reversal. Look, the price reverses hard
Yeah,
in this
that
because of this condition. So the trend to break down, it has huge probabilities here. Look, MACD super extended, you have RSI, and you have this bearish engulfing with volume. This is a clear sell signal for you and say this stock might be starting to resume on the downside. It might to actually retrace back down to what it was the previous lower levels. I would say this area, because it was previous consolidation, it might as well be retested because look, I didn't get much of a retest here after the breakout, right? It went parabolic. It just went straight up, okay? So you can even find yourself the potential breakup patterns. This is what I probably like to call the wedge.
I like this pitchfork. I really do. I like that it's already.
And then look how well rejected here of the wedge, the upper wedge. The rising wedge is a bearish pattern, the same way that the falling wedge is a bullish pattern.
Okay.
It's the opposite. It's the reverse.
The opposite,
pattern, right?
yeah.
And look at where your reversing signal comes. The trend is breaking right here. It's broken right here. Look how well it respects when I put the bodies in. Look at this candle right here. See how it rejects the falling wedge pattern and it's showing rejection right here. Look, it keeps coming down. Look, even here you could say, "Can I buy it?" Yeah. Did he gap up? He did. But look what happens on this day on the red line. Look what happens on the red line. Look where the volatility comes up.
Stayed within the magnet zone.
And look what he does after.
Rejects.
You still don't buy it yet. Look. And look what happened when it goes out. Look at the help of your breaking down the pitchfork, and you use your 50 moving average to spot and snipe a good.
There you go.
Right.
Buy on the dip.
There. Look, people. Look, buy on the dip, people. Look at your MACD already giving the signal here, and your RSI. Look at this. Look at this, people. Not making shit up. Look. Look where we go.
Right? See?
Test guys.
Yeah, because it broke the bottom bands and then told you it's time to go. Wouldn't that normally be red, not blue?
Well, it's actually what you see right there is actually green. It just looks blue to you. It's a green candle.
Yeah, my blue candles
is
green. In terms of this,
right, I get it. But what I'm saying is because it broke that bottom band, wouldn't it normally be red?
No, because it closed up. If it closed down, it'd be red.
It closed up. It closed up. It gapped down,
but
it closed up.
Okay.
So which means it's a bullish signal gapping down and it closed up. I mean, it's reclaiming the price. Okay? Reclaiming the pitchfork level, the blue line looking right here. And look how well offers support. Look how flagging it is right here. Spot small patterns for you guys right here. Look, you got the 3-day, which is a good bullish signal. You got a small pullback, and look at the pullback where it ends. It rejects and refuses
right there on the pitchfork.
The blue line of the pitchfork, but also combined with the 21 moving average on the daily. And look what happens after. Boom, 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 boom. Go
in the magnet zone.
Of the bearish. 52-week high. Look here, double top, people. Double top. We sell here, and look what happens on the next day after double top. My God, we got bloodbath. We got a bloodbath. And you know already, this could be over. Look, right here, trying to hold. And you know what is this? We just made a new higher low, which means this stock, it might be getting ready to reverse after the double top. So from here, let me take this out now. Let me take these lines really quick.
Okay.
So you guys can have a clear picture of what I'm talking to here. Okay. Let me just take this out because this is important. Now forget the pitchfork. We're going on the downside. Recognize your patterns. The pitchfork works well, and then you got the break of the pitchfork. You got the rejection,
all right,
which means now we're getting ready for the breakdown of the trend. Perhaps look right here. Boom. But then we got a gap up. I didn't cover the stock. I don't know if you had news today. I'm covering right now a double top.
All right.
Okay. Forget the rest now. Let's have a double top here.
Go ahead, draw your line.
This is support. This is our resistance. And we're trying to go back up. We have news. What do we got here with this low? We got a new higher low. So we might be headed to an ascending triangle right here. Look, start to get your lines. Look, see this trend line? See this here? This candle right here? Look how well it rejects on the trend line. Not making shit up, people. Rejecting on the body. So again, trend lines back again. We got the double top. Get your extended line right here. And we got what? An ascending triangle. Let me take this line here to get the ascending triangle with a better view for you. Look. And then we gap down. Did it perhaps add more news? I don't know. I didn't cover the stock, but maybe. So you check that out. What happened with the gap down? Maybe they had a catalyst. Maybe they have breaking news with the market. I don't know, but look at this. Right here, people. This trend line is well accurate. Look how well it rejects as well. So you got the gap down, which is a bearish signal, right? And then you have the retest right here of the breakout, of the breakdown. You got the retest. And look, two signals right here for you. Two signals right here with a trend line at the precise point and two big really bad bullish candles. Really bad. Look how it reject twice the trend line, which means right here, we are getting ready probably to go down. And what do you know? What do you know? What do you know?
So where would you set the pitchfork? Now that you took it off.
Right now you want the pitchfork, right? Now you ask yourself, what do you want the pitchfork? Well, we got the double top and we got the pitchfork breakdown, right? Which is work because even the line of the breakdown of the pitchfork is a good indicator that the stock might go down.
Okay.
So it works for breakouts and works for breakdowns. So again, if you say that the pitchfork right here, you take from point A, B, and C. Now you do the same for the upper side. You take from point A, B, and C.
Okay.
So you take this high here, point A, point B.
And it'll go down.
Exactly. But then you have a breakout. Exactly. But then you have the breakup here, right? Which means, what is this called now? This, you take this as a confluence point. What do we call this? This is weakness. It's coming down, but it's coming down on weakness. Let's draw the trend lines right here. Look, it's trying to pass this line here. And it's trying to fail here. Look, right here. So now the pitchfork, it told you already that it broke out. It says, okay, we might resume the trend up or it might stay down. Look, this red area, it should have been retested. I don't trust this anymore, so what do? Take it out.
New area.
Watch the stock right here. And we got a big bounce here. We got a big bounce on volume right here. So at this point, you change your pitchfork again because we had a breakout. So take it off.
It doesn't catch the break. Well, it shows you the breakouts, but you do it over. You put
you're using your indicators.
It's accurate, but it's not going to be always out because you take the breakouts and the breakdowns as well, and you take the price action. Like if the price action stays flat, like we see in here, this is a consolidation period. It's nothing happened. It's sideways price action. We got no direction. You got to be able to have to see this because we break the pitchfork. I'll put the pitchfork back again. Look. We got the breakup here, right? It rejected this blue line, but we're still sideways. Look, we're still sideways in this area right here. Okay, so which means the pitchfork already told you this area right here, it might consolidate or it might get ready to go up. So what do? Take the down pitchfork, okay, and start to resume the trend right about here. So we got the low, right? Rejection. Look what I posted. The rectangle.
The
right
volume.
Here. Volume. So we got point A,
B,
point B,
and C.
Right
Make
there.
it bigger, please.
Small waves.
Needs to be bigger for us.
What was your B? Oh, that one. Okay.
Right here. Trying to reject again this area, people. Right here. Rejecting getting close to the red area, but rejecting twice, which means you might get ready for another pullback or a reversal. Look what happens here. Volatility right here. Look at the MACD making noise, which means you might break down, but not for so long. You might be ready for a reversal. Look, MACD is positive. Look at the lines. He's telling the momentum is still up. Which pattern are we doing? You still remember what pattern are we doing?
ABC.
The escalator.
The escalator.
The escalator.
Escalator, higher highs, higher lows.
Higher lows.
Yeah.
Right here. Look, if you place your supports right there. Get with the bodies right here. Look at the rejection. Look at the rejection right there. Live for you, in front of you. Follow the pitchfork, leave the pitchfork. We are way out, which means we need to reverse the trend right there. Look at your buying signal right here. Look at these days. Look at these 2 days. Look at it here, volume, ascending. Look at the momentum, up. Look at the RSI pushing up. Where do we go? Look at we test, the retest right there. And where we go, look at this line. We're getting ready again to be close to the resistance area, the major resistance levels, right? So we take this down right now, and let's focus on the big picture. Again, we'll be back with the pitchfork. How do we do with the pitchfork after? We're going to do it, play the breakout. So I'm taking this down, right? I'm getting ready here. So it's pulling back, right? We just made a new higher low. You know, higher highs, higher lows, higher high, higher low, steady. Look at the cross, the 20 and the 50. Look, momentum up, shifting. What do you know? We keep going higher, and then boom, we got the breakout. What do you know, Valencia? Answer this question. What do we have after the breakout? What do you show?
We have
you got the test. You got the test.
Oh, the test.
Look at this, confirming. There you go. Is your buy signal. Look at the volume. And up we go.
Look at the MACD. Look at the MACD go up. Yeah.
Okay?
Like it just seems like it just okay.
So right here, RSI, well extended, super. So if you ask me again, what do you want to pitch for? Well, right here on the breakout, I want this.
All right.
Look how I know the reversal is about.
All right.
Look at the RSI and how stretched out of the pitchfork it is.
Yeah, broke.
Do you see here?
Sound up above.
Do you see here how he starts to become flat on the MACD? Look at the RSI, MACD, and look at the candles out of the blue line on the upper side.
Broke out up above the pitchfork.
The reversal come right here. Look, the reversal right here. What happens on the next day? A gap down. Which line did it gap down to?
The magnet.
The magnet.
Yeah. The magnet.
And look what happens when it tries to bounce. Look where it's the struggle.
It's staying near the magnet.
Where usually every day he's trying to pull back from the highs of the trading day, from the magnet. Look, can make this shit up, people, right there.
Maybe I should title this, Can't Make This Shit Up, People.
Here, look at this. A rejection. Look at this on a forming trading pattern right here. Look at this tops. Look at this. Right at the magnet, and we're starting to make a higher low. Look, RSI is not going up. MACD very flat. Look at the histogram. Starting to make less noise and less noise. People, we're about to probably find a topping pattern. Look at this. What do you know? After this magnet red candle confirmed on volume above the average. Watch this.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, we got down. Now we're out of the pitchfork. Maybe we got to pull back to the retest of the breakdown.
Yes, we do. Right there.
But what do you know? What do you know? Gap down. Gap down. And then finally at the 21 moving average, it comes buying the dip. Okay? And right there, you place your lines right here with the bodies, and you got the breakout. So you take this one again because you already broke down, right? You bought the dip and you keep higher right there, right? And then you place your lines again. Resistance line, this was the high of your line. And right here, look at this buying point. This buying point is higher than the previous low. It's a new higher low. We made a new higher low right here. See how it didn't touch? This is a bullish signal. Look at the volume right there. Draw your trend lines. Look at this line. Look at this pattern. This is almost like a bull flag because you had a gap up. Look at this right there. Let me take this line off. Do you see here right there the bull flag?
Mm-hmm.
You see how it breaks? Goes back to the top again. RSI. If you ask me for the pitchfork, let's do the pitchfork again. Right here again, people. Look, reversing signal right there. It's trying to break down. Look at this.
So when you put the pitchfork, it does the work for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at this. Reversing signal right there, people. Look at this reversing signal on volume. Reversing signal right there. What do you know? Rejecting the resistance line and the first area of the pitchfork right here, which means we're about to get down. Look, bearish engulfing. We rejected to be above the pitchfork and the resistance points. What do you know? Coming down, people. Coming down. So which means you got to wait for the weakness. Weakness happens right here. Look at the MACD. Look at this. Look at this day right here. Look at here. Volume still low, so I still don't trust it. But I'm going to take this off, and I'm going to start measuring my points again. Look, higher highs and higher lows right here. So what do you have? We have a curling. We have curling. We're starting to curl. So I'm going to show you this, people. I'm going to show you what you can do on TradingView as well. Use your arc right here. Measure the lows. Let me find a perfect figure for you. Right there. And look at this, rejecting the areas again, people. So we're consolidating here, okay? We're consolidating. We're sideways.
Patterns.
Okay? We're sideways. We're not doing anything. Sideways. Sideways price action. I wouldn't be trading this until I see the breakout or I see volume right here. We have this candle right there. And what do you know?
Wow.
Ready for the breakout again. Pitchfork. Get the pitchfork. Get the pitchfork.
Nice.
Get the pitchfork. Get the pitchfork.
Oh,
Red
sexy
line.
bitch.
Action. Action on the red line.
Look at it at the magnet.
Action on the red line.
Mm-hmm.
Look how it breaks down. Again. Can't make this shit up. Again, it's trying to fail to get in. Look, it's trying to fail. It failed the first time here on the it failed again, which means this area is an area of resistance. And look at this. It still is. So I'll take this off. I'll take this off until I break
I love this.
right here. So again, point A, point B, point C.
Nice.
Look, trying to reject it down. Goes back up and rejects us again, people. Very
nice.
Very do you know what we have on the
That's
long
called a
term?
pitchfork.
Yeah,
right?
Andrew's pitchfork. I like it too.
So look at this, people. Look at this. We got weakness on the upper side. We start having the rising wedge, which means soon enough we'll reverse. Well, I think I just found it. I think I actually just found. Look at this. We're breaking the trend line, and how do you know?
Yeah.
Down, coming down.
Broke down below it. Yeah.
And below the 20, you already know it. Comes down to the 50. Look at the retest of the 20. Break the trend line, Valencia. Trying to reclaim the 50. Pulls back. Look at the volume. Look at the MACD. Not silent at all. The MACD is not silent at all. And what do you know? Point A. Point B.
And there's a pitchfork.
Look at this.
I'm going to be playing with a pitchfork.
Trying to break up. Playing with this, people. Not making this up. Look, trying to get in.
He's not making this up, people.
Yeah, I know. I think I got it now. He's not making it up. Dumb question. Are you putting this TradingView is separate from your Thinkorswim, right?
Yeah, TradingView is a separate tools. Separate tools, yeah.
Mine don't. I just go in there to check stock. I never used this.
See, right here after the falling wedge, we got weakness here. Look, the falling wedge now, instead of the rising wedge, now we have the falling wedge. Look at this. Connecting the dots, Valencia. This high, try to embody as much bodies as you can right here. Look at this. Trying to break up. And right now, we are what I like to call the retest of this low. Look, it's trying to form the inverted head and shoulders. Look if it doesn't look like. I'll show it to you. I'll show it to you. Look at this. Look at this. I'm going to mark it. I'm going to mark it for you. Look, left shoulder. We have the right shoulder trying to be in place. And then you have the head.
Inverted head and shoulders.
That head and shoulders.
Look at the MACD, trying to reverse the momentum. Look at the RSI. We might be in place, people. Look, we break out and we're doing the retest. Soon enough or later than not, we might be ready to bounce. Okay? Where do you find your next resistance? Well, go up here. Look at this.
So just so you know, you can find Andrew's Pitchfork also in Thinkorswim. It's a basic study. Look it up.
Yeah, very easy.
Yeah, Daniel, I'd say an hour and a half is pretty good. Yeah, okay. We're at an hour and a half, honey. You want to wrap it up?
All right. Yeah, this was very good.
I love it. I am going to play like crazy. I really am.
Good.
And do you think we can do it maybe every 3 weeks?
You know what? I actually will get with Daniel and we'll see what we can do.
Yeah, I'm very up for it.
Yeah, because that way we can practice it.
Yeah.
100%.
And then maybe we can do another one.
Yeah.
Because Daniel, I swear, this was awesome. Thank you so much.
This was very eye-opening. I really wanted to see it used on the chart. Just don't tell me go to the high, go to the low, and click it there. Bravo. Good job, Daniel.
Yes.
I'm
so awesome.
I'm going to stop the video. Are you ready?
Okay. Yes.
All right, guys. This has been good.
Okay.
It's been fun.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
I love it.
Thank you so much.